Summer is not over, and neither is the 3.5-year anniversary for the global version of My Hero Ultra Impact. So today, we have a new summer character coming out, as well as a rerun of a climax battle and some actually pretty decent changes to the game. It's been a while since they've even done changes like this to the game, so this is good. It's a step in the right direction, and I'm riding that copium train that we're going to get a new form of content here in the future, but I don't know, we'll see. So we'll go over all that stuff here. First off, let's start with the login bonus number 2 for the global 3.5-year anniversary. So day 1, if you log in, you will get 10 HP flakes. Day 2, you'll get 30 hero gems. Day 3, you'll get 10 power protein. Day 4, you'll get 100 stamina. Day 5, you'll get 10 speed jelly. Day 6, you'll get a recruit ticket or silver ticket, and day 7, you will get 50 hero gems. This particular login bonus starts today, August 6th, and goes until August 18th. So if you log in for 7 days between that time frame, you should be able to obtain those rewards. You do not have to log in consecutively either to get those rewards, just log in during that time frame. Now, for the global version 3.5-year anniversary login bonus number 3, that one is going to be running from August 13th until August 27th. And on day 1, you'll get 50 stamina. Day 2, you'll get 20 hero gems. Day 3, you'll get a top hero device. Day 4, you'll get another 100 stamina. Day 5, you're going to get 30 hero gems. Day 6, you're going to get a super gadget. And day 7, you're going to get 2 silver tickets or 2 recruit tickets. So pretty decent login bonuses, free tickets, free hero gems, and then free stamina. Those are all pretty good things. And even the advanced leveling items are also nice. So all really good stuff, really, from just logging into the game. So make sure you guys are doing that. Now, besides that, I do want to talk about the updates that they did to the game before we get into the gift box and the upcoming raid up campaigns. So this update is, they're calling it the big summer update. Like, it's a nice update, okay? It's a very, very nice update. It doesn't feel like a huge update, but when you compare it to some of the updates we've gotten recently, right? All they've really been doing is adding characters, and then their events, of course, as well, I guess. But you know, they haven't really done much to the game itself, to the OG screens. They haven't changed the shops much, so this is actually a very welcome change in my opinion. And there is something for older players that you may not realize, and I'll talk about that as we get into it. So this first half of this graphic right here, UR unlocking orbs are now available in the Arena Metal Gear Shop. They're not out just yet at the time of recording this video, but they will be out here soon. UR unlocking orbs Alpha and Beta are now available in the Arena Metal Shop. Notice they didn't put Gamma though. If you want a Gamma orb, you're still gonna have to pay for that, and one of the hardest parts of the ability board to farm out is going to be the Gamma board. So I mean, still having Alpha and Beta orbs in the shop though, I think it's huge. I think it's very nice that now we're going to have a free-to-play way to get them. And it is important to note, it's kind of hard to see in this picture. I wonder if I can zoom in here so you guys can see that. I do want to zoom in. So the Alpha orb is going to cost 1,200. The Beta orb, though, is going to cost 5,000 arena medals. That is actually insane. That is a very expensive orb, but once again, it is free to play for you to get. So this is a good change because it gives people incentive, a reason to play Ultra Arena. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been grinding out Ultra Arena because I was just like, I don't care. And I barely needed to grind it out for the items that were in the shop, like just to get the stars and the advanced leveling items that I needed, and I would get those and I'd pretty much call it good. But now that the UR orbs are there, it kind of pains me because like I hate that they haven't reworked Ultra Arena really in any way, but I'm probably gonna play Ultra Arena more. They did, I guess, technically just rework Ultra Arena sort of with this update, but they only, you know, reworked the way you get access to it as a new player. So they made it easier to unlock Ultra Arena as a new player. But other than that, the actual mechanics for Ultra Arena have not changed whatsoever. And I would love to see like a limited time Ultra Arena or something like that, where it's like use all blue characters this week, or use all red characters, or use all UA high class 1A characters, or something, you know. I would love to see like you don't have to get rid of the OG arena, you know, but like an additional arena would be cool, or rework the OG arena in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. It needs something for sure. Now on to the second part of this graphic, updates to the daily missions. The number of tries for Ultra Arena and daily missions has been tweaked. Complete these easier missions to get hero gems every day. So now you have take on Ultra Arena 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. I'm not sure if it goes beyond 3 times, but before it was like 5 times to get the total rewards. So they basically just made it easier for the average player who isn't going to necessarily be grinding out Ultra Arena all the time to get additional rewards. So I think this is good, makes it more new player friendly. At the same time, it's kind of weird that they're making the missions easier, because this also feels like it takes away people's reason to play Ultra Arena, but maybe they just wanted to give people more rewards as they play Ultra Arena. I don't know what the reasoning is there for that, really. Like, this part makes sense, the second part doesn't make a ton of sense to me. And then we have this additional information for the update. So this is the part I find really interesting. New beginner missions and deluxe rewards have been added. Complete all the beginner missions to get a UR unlocking orb alpha. So they added a new tab to the missions tab. This is in the game right now. It is the beginner missions tab. And for the beginner missions, if you complete all 35 beginner missions, which if you are a seasoned player, you already have a majority of them done, okay? But they also gave you these additional missions in here as well. So you'll have like 5 to 10, I don't know how many it was exactly, to still complete if you're a seasoned player. And then as a player, not even a new player, you're not a beginner anymore, right? But as a older player, you're still able to get this UR orb, which is really nice. Okay, that is a free alpha orb. So whether you are a new player or an older player, there is basically a free alpha UR orb available to everybody in the game right now. So that's actually, I'm glad they did it that way, because I honestly thought when I read this, I was like, great, beginners are going to benefit from this and older players just get shafted again. But no, we actually get something, so this is good. And then huge boost to drop rates for power-up materials in main quest. Get way more item drops to unlock ability board spaces by completing main quest normal and hard. Now it's easier than ever to power up your characters. I'm not sure what that means, if that just means the base drop rates have gone up without like the ×5. We'll have to look into that more, but that could be absolutely massive when it comes to getting your characters done, because I like, as much as I have played the game, right, I have many characters that are not even close to having their ability boards done, because there's just literally not enough resources in the game. You had to pick and choose which characters you were going to get done. So this could actually be a huge quality of life change. And I think it's going to be really good for the game. Okay, now besides those updates, let's talk about the gift box items. So if you log in after maintenance right now, you'll get 50 hero gems. And then coming up, we are going to get 300 arena medals on 8.7. And then on 8.9, we're going to get 100 hero gems. And then we have a few like trophies I don't really care about. Those are from SNS campaigns, and 150 stamina from that SNS campaign as well, all on the 15th of August. And then drop rate up campaigns, the ones you want to look out for are going to be the main quest drop rate up campaigns, especially now if the base drop rate has gone up. Who knows how that's going to affect these drop rate up campaigns? I guess we'll see. But main quest normal and hard ×3 on August 9th to August 11th. And then main quest normal and hard ×3 on August 16th to August 17th. And then last but not least, main quest drop rate up ×3 on August 23rd to August 24th. So any of those weekends essentially is when these are, that you have those increased drop rates. Please make sure you're taking advantage of them, so that way you can get your character ability boards done and leveled up. Man, I am excited about the prospect of being able to get more of my character's ability boards done. That is going to be nice. Then coming up, we do have these following events. So the Toga event is available right now. On August 9th, we're going to have the Getten rerun. So if anybody has been looking to try to get him to 130, this will be a good chance. It is from 8.9 to 8.23, so it seems like one of those relatively shorter ones. Hopefully they have the additional missions that say like use certain characters on your team. You'll get more medals, because I really like those missions. It makes it feel like less of a grind. as opposed to, you know, grinding out 3 times a day every single day. It gets a bit tedious, especially when nothing really changes with the climax battle, right? And then on 8/15, we have a new event for the new Summer Mina, who is coming out. So first we got Summer Toga, now we're getting Summer Mina. This event is going to run from the 15th of August until the 30th, likewise with her banner. And then going to all the banners that are coming up, we do have more than just Mina's banner coming out, right? We have a rerun for Mirko coming out on August 6th, or right now in the game. It's going to run until August 15th. Mirko is not a very good character, I will tell you right now. If you're pulling for her, you're pulling because she is Summer Mirko, and that is why you're pulling for her. Unless they decide to do like some sort of EZA update or something like how Dokkan has in the future. That would be very nice content, by the way, for them to add to the game. But, you know, still riding that copium train that they're actually going to add new playable content to the game. But this is a character that could really benefit from something like that. Like, out of all the summer releases, probably my least favorite kit-wise. But character-wise, probably my favorite design. So, you know, it is what it is with Mirko. And then on the 8th of August, we're going to get the villain character customer crew, and the same thing with the hero character customer crew. I will definitely go over these here in a second. I have opinions on this, okay? And keep in mind they are my opinions, so you don't have to agree with me. And then on the 15th, we are going to get the Step Up banner from Mina. So let's talk about these other 2 banners real quick. I'm not really going to talk too much about Mirko there, because I've already pretty much given my opinion on that. But for this banner with the villains and the banner with the heroes, right, it's going to feature all the general pool villains for the most part. If you are going to be summoning on this banner, it lets you literally pick up to 5 characters that you want to potentially pull on this banner, which is good because that means you're likely to get one of the 5 characters you choose in a way. However, when I did summoning on one of these banners before, I did not pull a single copy of any of the characters I picked. I think I might have pulled maybe one, if I remember right. But then I had to pity the character I actually wanted. So it really was not great. And you know what I did pull though? I pulled, because they're featured in this banner, memories galore. Notice they have a select character pool, but they also didn't remove any of the memories. The full general pool memory pool is here, so you are much more likely, in my opinion, to pull a memory than the character you're looking for. So as opposed to this being like a character select banner, it feels like a memory banner. At least that's in my opinion. I know some other people might have had different experiences, and technically these characters are supposed to be rated up to a degree. They're pickup rate items, right, as opposed to normal rates, but still it doesn't really feel like you're getting them any easier than a normal banner, in my opinion. But if you were to choose the characters that you want off this banner, I do want to go over that as well for people that may want to potentially summon on this banner. Compress is going to be a top tier choice for the villain banner. Green Nagant is pretty good. Red Toga is pretty good. Probably Purple Nagant and then Blue Dobby. I would say, in my opinion, those are probably the villains I like the most out of all these. I guess there may be an argument for this All for One to be semi-decent, but my personal picks, I probably go for Compress, Green Nagant, Red Toga, Purple Nagant, and then Blue Dobby out of all the characters that you can select here for the 5 characters. Of course, if you're only missing certain characters, go for the characters you're missing. That way you're able to complete your collection. Now, as for the hero banner, all the same feelings about this banner, right? But I do want to give you guys an idea of which characters I potentially would pull. And keep in mind, this general pool has a lot more characters to choose from on this banner, which is a lot. But I would choose, obviously, Faux 100% Deku. He is still very good to this day, so this is a good potential opportunity for people to get him if they want him. Red Bakugo is pretty good. He's like Celebration Bakugo, just the general pool version, I guess is a way to put it. If you're looking for dupes of Shoji, he is a solid one to get if you're trying to just get him to 130. If you're trying to get him to 100, I wouldn't say he's as important, but getting him to 130 is pretty good. Red Aizawa, a very solid tank for people that may be lacking tanks overall. Green Mirko is actually an insanely decent tank damage dealer. I really like her as a general pool release recently. I think the Purple Present Mike is actually pretty good as well with his AoE Confuse and the stuff that he offers to a team in terms of support and damage. He actually is very, very useful. He also has the enhancement skill recently. And then last but not least, I might say like this Mount Lady right here. Realistically, I was looking around seeing if there was anyone else. I like this Mount Lady as well. She can literally solo a climax battle on her own, so that is something definitely to take note of. But out of all the general pool characters, those are kind of the ones I would pick on this banner right here. Now for Mina's banner. It is going to be a step up once again from the 15th until the 1st of September. It is going to feature a new UR memory and a new SR memory along with a new event memory. So we're going to go over the event memory, the SR memory, the UR memory, and her kits. And I have not taken a look at any of these yet other than just opening them up, so I am excited to go over what they can do with you guys, and I will let you know my thoughts on, of course, the character and the memory, just like I did with Toga. Alright, so for the new event memory, it is called Poolside Retreat. Increases character's critical hit rate by 25%. That's actually pretty good for an SR memory. Increases character's power by 5% for 3 turns after character initiates critical attacks 2 times. Gives character the ability to nullify status ailments 3 times after character initiates critical attacks 4 times up to 1 time in battle. That is a very decent SR memory in my opinion. I like the art. The art team always literally killing it. Like all of these memories look really good. But in general, having the ability to nullify status ailments and critical hit rate, I think that could be potentially a very good memory for like a VE tower scenario. Unfortunately, we don't know when or if the next VE Tower like ranking is going to come out, so just something to keep in the back of your mind though that you might want to. I don't think you need multiple copies of this memory, but at least keep a copy of this memory from the event and dupe it out. I would recommend. And then for the new summonable SR memory, increases character's critical skill impact by 30% when equipped by a UA high student, increases character's critical hit rate by 10% for 2 turns after character's temporary status ailments are cancelled 2 times. Every 2 turns cancels 2 of the character's temporary status ailments up to 2 times. Honestly, I don't see a whole lot of uses for this. Canceling temporary status ailments is probably like one of my least favorite things in the game. It's okay. It's not that great. The art though, you know, it's nice to see some Class B students. Would love to see them come to the game just in general. Like, how we have so few Class B students. Like, it's actually ridiculous. I would love to see more come to the game. Same with like certain villains though as well, like Stain. So they really treated the Class 1A heroes well, but a lot of the other characters in the series have not gotten as much love. And then we have the new UR memory, Splash Hunt. And notice, I want to point out before you even read it, this one features Jiro, who is already in the game. It features Mina, who is going to be in the game. However, there is Toru here, and she does not have a summer version in the game yet. I think it would be very sick to see a summer Toru, so I think it could be an eventuality. It could be, they could release a 3rd summer character. I doubt it, because we're getting into September at the end of this banner, but eventually, maybe we could be looking at a summer did I say Toga? I meant Toru if I said Toga. Oh man, that is my bad. But we could be looking at a summer Toru, okay, which would be really cool to see. Alright, so Splash Hunt increases characters' max HP by 35% if there are any female characters on the team. Increases critical hit rate of all allies by 20% when a character's HP is 30% or higher. That's good so far. Restores HP of all allies by 30% when character's HP is below 30% up to 1 time. Ooh, okay. After 2 turns pass while character is affected by status ailment restriction, increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 30% up to 3 times. By the way, they did add 2 new effects into the game. Status ailment restriction and buff restriction. Basically what they do is they limit the amount of status ailments you can have on you and the amount of buffs you can have on you, okay? So pretty simple and straightforward. But this looks kind of interesting. A lot of support for the team. Like if you drop below certain HP, if you're above HP, you get critical hit rates. After 2 turns pass while affected by this, you get plus ultra gauge to allies. It seems like maybe a tank, Mina? I don't know. I haven't read her kit, so I guess we'll find out right now. Let's take a look at her arts. Okay, her arts, actually, I like the Awakened art more than the Unawakened art this time. This actually looks pretty sick. The Unawakened art is also good. But I think the Unawakened Art, or the Awakened Art, is a little bit better than the Unawakened Art there. All right, let's see. Here we go. Is she going to be better than Toga? That is the question. Plus Ultra. Acid Spike deals 550% damage to a single opponent, reduces cooldown time of all allies by 1, and restores HP of all allies by 30%. We love that support right there. That is good. Increases this skill's skill impact by 50% when character is affected by status element restriction. Okay, we'll have to see how you actually activate status element restriction, but that could be pretty good. Enhancement bonus effects, this skill gains Bullseye. Okay, nice. That's a pretty decent enhancement bonus effect. And then her action skill 1 and 2, neither of them do damage. Okay, she's straight support. Interesting. All right, action skill 1, Lubricating Oil. Increases max HP of all allies by 20% for 3 turns and restores HP of all allies by 25%. You know what I'm seeing right here? I'm seeing that this could be a good support for Toga because Toga needs the extra max HP. Potentially. I don't know. We'll see. Reduces damage of all allies by 20% for 3 turns when character is affected by status element restriction. Enhancement bonus effect gives all allies that do not already have last stand the ability to make a last stand 1 time. Alright, 4 turn cooldowns as well, decent so far. Action skill 2, Acid Ball, gives a single ally the ability to make a last stand for 2 turns, restores their HP by 30%, increases their critical skill impact by 30% for 3 turns, and increases their critical hit rate by 20% for 3 turns. If only it gave like piercing shot or something, that would be insane. Like they'd be the next Aizawa, right? Increases critical skill impact of a single ally by 20% for 3 turns when character is affected by status element restriction with the enhancement bonus effect. So an additional buff for your ally, which is kind of nice. So you go from 30% additional critical skill impact to 50% additional critical skill impact. So that could be a lot of damage, but this is going to be like a crit support character. So if somebody runs Tranquility characters, this character probably becomes useless. So it seems like she already has a counter in the game. Her action skill 1, Enhanced Skin Durability, gives character Enhance when these 2 conditions are met at the end of a turn. After 2 turns pass, while character is affected by status element restriction, after 3 turns pass from the start of battle. So probably after 3 turns in battle, essentially you'll be enhanced. And the rest of this skill restricts the number of status elements all allies can have to 5 when character's HP is 30% or higher. This does not affect guests. This is probably, if I had to guess, it seems like it would be something more meant for PvE, like maybe we're going to have a climax battle character come out or something that can put like tons of status elements on you, and you need this to restrict it, but who knows? It doesn't, I don't really understand it, honestly, for PvP right now. Who's putting 5 status elements? I mean, I guess maybe. But yeah, I'm not understanding that fully. And then restricts the number of buffs all opponents can have to 10 when character's HP is 70% or higher up to 1 time. This does not affect guest. Increases max HP of all allies by 20%. So as long as you're 30% HP or higher, you're going to be restricting status elements, and then you should get the additional effects of increasing the skill impact by 50% when character is affected by status element restriction, essentially. So that should be fairly easy to achieve, I do believe, right there. And then increases max HP of all allies by 20%, so that's pretty good as well. Just general HP increase of 20% right there, and then stack that with the extra HP you're giving here as well. That's 40% extra HP. And then you restore HP as well with this character. That's a lot of extra HP. It seems really good. This seems like a combo character for Toga. At least so far, with the additional critical hit rate, the extra max HP and stuff like that, but I guess we'll see. I would love to test them together in the game. Her auto skill 2 is called Energetic. After character receives HP restoration 3 times, increases power of all allies by 15% up to 3 times, and increases critical hit rate of all allies by 10% up to 3 times. Restores HP of a single ally with the lowest current HP by 10% every turn. Okay, so passive healing is actually insane. I wish it was more than 10%. If it was like 20%, that'd be crazy. And then every enhancement bonus effect, every 1 turn increases power of all opponents and allies by 5% for 3 turns. Why? Why is that? Okay. Increases the plus ultra gauge of a single ally with the lowest current HP by 20% every turn. Okay. It's a weird support. It's honestly weird. I don't know how good she's gonna be. That's how I feel about it. I think in terms of like extra HP for your team, she's gonna give your team a lot more survivability, and the extra like critical hit rate and stuff is gonna be nice. But at the same time, she doesn't have any damage of her own really other than on her plus ultra. It's very weird. I don't feel like the stuff that she buffs is all that crazy. Like, oh man, I don't know. And then however this ends up working out, the restrictions we're gonna have to see. That feels very much like a PvE skill right there, but there's no PvE and content in the game that this would matter in, at least not right now. So I've said this many times before when I see characters I don't understand, like maybe they're preparing for a new type of content in the game, but maybe they're preparing for a new type of content in the game and Mina will be good in it. But I'm probably just riding the copium train. I don't know, man. This is one of the weirdest characters I've probably read so far. I think she'll be good. There's no doubt she'll be good. Like, the support itself is good, okay? Just to say that straight up. But how good is the support? I don't know if it's going to be, like, broken, you know, like, double S tier, top of the tier list, or if she's going to be, like, an A or S tier unit. I think she's at least probably going to be an A tier unit, like, in terms of the PvP tier list I just put out. But I don't know. I can't say that with 100% confidence. I think generally a support character is pretty good most of the time. She has plus ultra gauge raise, she has HP, max HP increase, HP healing, good cooldowns, lowers cooldown for your team. She has a lot of really good things going on. I'm just not sure like if it's worth giving up all of your attack for all that support. And it's not like, oh man. I guess we'll just have to see. Let's take a look at the plus ultra animation. This plus ultra is provided courtesy of Hydros Impact. I have never seen this before. I will be seeing it with you guys for the first time. Let's take a look at it. All right, nice little, I like the intro. Okay, let's see the actual animation. Yo, she's got the acid around her as well. And a spiked volleyball. It's actually pretty good. I don't understand the gliding on sand, like that part's a little bit, I mean, I guess with her acid she could. I think it'd be harder with the acid, you know, maybe like on solid ground I could see it, but I do, the weird thing is I get hung up on, right? But I do like the animation. The animation is actually, it might be better than Toga's, I'm not gonna lie. It might be better than Toga's. Out of all the summer characters that I thought might be coming next, I honestly did not think it was gonna be Mina. I mean, you know, I was hoping for like a male villain like Spinner, like we saw that in the art as well, and I thought that'd be really cool, but I am okay with this. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. Peace.